Hey there, this is Ted Stern, Fit Responder, and we're going to be talking about couples fitness, specifically my best kind of general principles that'll help you and your significant other get in better shape. If you'd like to embark on that journey together, like this awesome couple did, who lost over 200 pounds combined. It's approaching Valentine's Day at the time of recording this video, so what's a better gift than fitness and both of you getting in better shape so you can feel better, be healthier, live longer together, have more confidence and energy and all that great stuff. This is my wife and I, and I'm not only showing this to show off, maybe a little bit, but it's also to say, hey, I know what I'm talking about. We have 4 kids. We've done bodybuilding shows. We've both been coaches for over 15 years, helping countless people lose fat, get in great shape. I think we know what we're doing. So let's talk about kind of 4 categories, which I call the why: your workout schedule, meal prep, and accountability. And then I'll go over kind of what makes men and women different in terms of their progress so that you can kind of keep these things in mind as you make your own progress. Here's an example, a couple that we worked with, Darcy and Colin. And obviously they made fantastic physical changes. You could see feeling better, healthier, more confidence and energy. Even being new parents, they made it look easy. Here's what they had to say. Back in July, I said yes to changing my life with First Responder and Family Fitness. That's my Facebook group for Fit Responder. So that's why she tagged it. It's the Fit Responder program. Anyways, did 6 months with Ted and Emily. I've been on my own since January. I'm still getting great results. 6 of our friends have signed up as they've seen our results. Program's amazing. I did not have to give up carbs, fruit, hamburgers, tacos, pizza, breakfast, sandwiches, burritos, lasagna. The point of me sharing that part too is that you guys need to follow a process you can stay consistent with. I'm sure you're looking up these fad diets, this advice from other fitness influencers where they give you some sort of a perfect diet. Man, that's hard. If you want to be a normal human being and live and eat normal stuff, you can. It's all about the right kind of balance. See, she was still able to enjoy wine and cocktails, and Colin is going 4 or 5 months with no blood pressure meds, fit and healthy life. So thankful. So just sharing. Here's some other people who went through our program with their significant other. I honestly could make 100 slides with all the different before and afters and the number of clients we've served over the years. I just want to highlight, again, we know what we're doing and maybe get you interested in what my program involves. But first, let's talk about the why, okay? This part is often overlooked, but for you two to be on the same page with why it's important to stick to this and get fit together, get clear with each other on why you are doing this. Sit down with your significant other. If you're thinking about getting fit and maybe you want them to get fit too, the best thing I think to do, instead of tell them, hey, here's the reason why you should get in shape with me, they could see that as offensive. You just describe your own why. Hey, I don't know what your thoughts are on your own fitness, but I'll tell you about mine. I want to improve it. I'm really sick and tired of this. I hate the way I look in my dress, whatever. I'm worried about our health. I want to stay fit for you long term. I want to be there for the kids. I want more energy. What are your thoughts? Do you have any fitness goals? Like, ask your partner openly and see what they want to say. But just sharing your own why is important. But then also talk about what I would call as the crowning achievement for you two. What would you two need to accomplish for you to look at each other and say, we did it, hun. We killed it. We crushed our goals. For Darcy and Colin, they wanted to be able to go on vacations in their bathing suits and feel super confident. That was sort of their crowning achievement, and they did that. They went on vacations and felt freaking awesome for the first time in a long time. So what is that common goal that you two want to hit? That'll help keep you grounded as you make progress. Let's talk about the workout schedule. You need to plot actual days and times in your calendar where you agree that the other one can work out so that you can take care of the kids, so you can maintain the household, whatever needs to be done. But allowing each of you to have your own individual time away to work out, whether it's at home or in the gym. I would plan on at least 30 minutes 3 times per week. That's a great place to start. You can make fantastic progress just working out that little, if of course you're doing the right stuff. Workouts can be the same. I think the notion of men and women have to train differently is not really true. Of course, there's going to be nuanced differences in the sense that men will typically lift more weight. Maybe they can do a particular exercise more times, but generally the amount of sets and the types of exercises can be the same. I've never come across any form of an exercise program that helps women more than men or vice versa. Exercise, again, can be the same. Of course, I'm not accounting for things like, well, I have a particular goal of I want to run a 5K and he wants to deadlift 300 pounds. Okay, well, obviously the training routines will need to be different. But if you're trying to just get generally fit and lose fat, build muscle, they can be the same. Okay, let's talk about meal prep. I mean, the best thing I could recommend for you is get a compatible meal plan that I can give you guys. You can go to fitresponder.com and hit me up. But otherwise, if I'm not giving you a meal plan that's individualized to you, all I can do is speak in general principles. There's no such thing as a good cookie cutter diet plan, let's say, but I can give you the general principles that make sense, right? Prioritizing whole foods, prioritizing protein, meaning that at least half of your meal portion is plain old protein, right? Chicken, beef, pork, fish, whatever your flavor. Even tofu, let's say, although that has more carbohydrates, but I'm not going to get lost in the weeds with this video. Women can roughly eat half as much as men. For most couples, it tends to be about that. It might be a little different depending on the couple, but let's say you have a woman who weighs 150 pounds and you have a male who weighs 200. You might think, well, he doesn't weigh twice as much as her. How come he gets to eat more? Men typically have better metabolic rates. They tend to burn more calories. They tend to have more muscle mass, which needs the calories. And for the most part, it tends to work out this way. It might be a little different. You should designate a cook in the family. Who's the best cook? Who wants to cook? The other person could do the grocery orders and pickup. My wife and I use Walmart curbside delivery, where we can order the groceries on our phone and the groceries are delivered that night, next morning, whatever. And again, getting a compatible meal plan where you guys are eating similar stuff, eating similar meals, so you're not making separate things is really key. If one of you is on diet A and it's totally different than the other person is on diet B, good luck staying consistent or developing good lifestyle habits based on that. Speaking of food, I am burping up my lunch. That's why I'm pausing here. Accountability. All right. Here's the thing, guys. Accountability is maybe the most important factor in fitness progress. You might think it's the diet, it's the exercise, it's whatever, but being held accountable is important. Here's what I mean. In any field where we want people to be successful, there's a high amount of accountability. If you want someone to be successful in their education, then their attendance is going to be mandatory and they will be held accountable if they don't attend, right? They will need to produce assignments and they're held accountable if they don't turn those in. Same with employees, right? If you want a good workforce, we need to know if they're arriving on time. We need to know if they're doing their work, right? Athletes, again, professional athletes have a high amount of accountability. They have to show up for practice. It's not optional. The problem with couples is you might want to hold each other accountable, but good freaking luck, because when you have, your spouse saying, honey, do you really need to eat that second piece of cheese? That's not going to be received well by most people. Like, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate the coaching. No, it's probably going to be like, lay off me, right? And it's going to be a fight. I've never once met a couple who can coach each other successfully. Never. Because it's just not the right dynamic. You need a third party. You need an outside source. A coach who you are paying as sort of a business relationship, because you paying them money holds them accountable to deliver. And if they want good reviews, like we have, all 5 stars on Google, over 100 or 350 reviews, they need to carry out their plan well for you. And so they need to be held accountable. And then you're held accountable. Man, I'm paying for this. My coach, I don't want to disappoint. I'm going to do that. So the best thing you could do is seek outside accountability, but you should positively influence each other, meaning you don't eat the pizza and the ice cream and, come on, babe, just have an extra slice with me. Ha, ha, ha. No, like that's being bad influence. The best thing you could do is just exhibit the right behaviors. Just start eating right, start training right, start living the right lifestyle. And it's more like monkey see, monkey do. Your significant other should come around eventually, but it doesn't work when you tell them. I mean, try this, right? Go to your spouse and say, you need to get in shape. You need to eat better, and see if that doesn't start some kind of animosity or a fight. It like I said, you approach it from, let me tell you my why, sweetie. I want to tell you why I want to get in shape. And then you ask them, do you have any fitness goals? Oh, I do. Yeah, I want to do the same thing. Cool. Maybe we should get some coaching. I don't want to be bothering you, telling you how to eat and train. I don't feel qualified to do that, nor would I think that would help our relationship. Let's get a coach together. Boom. Use Fit Responder, by the way. Let's talk about weight loss between men and women. See the difference in this photo? Obviously, she lost some good back fat here. We have some more muscle definition here. You can see from the front, she's got more visible abs. She was frustrated because she was like a month or so into her program here and was like, man, why aren't I seeing results? You are. Look at the photos. And her scale weight was the same. That's the big thing, is her scale weight in these two photos were the same. So it's not about scale weight always, right? That could be a factor, but frankly, if you build muscle while you lose fat, like she did, your photos and your body will change, but your weight may not. But let's talk about all the things that can affect scale weight. Obviously, building muscle, like I said, but other things like your hormones and menstrual cycle. This could affect women, obviously, when men will not be. Medications you're on, the last time you worked out, how sore you are, all that, your sleep quality, stress, that affects scale weight. It has nothing to do with fat loss. These are things that will make your scale go up and down. So don't just rely on the scale. Let's talk about men and women, why they differ in their progress. Men have a different kind of arrangement of hormones. They tend to have more testosterone, frankly, and that just improves muscle mass. It helps calorie burning. They therefore have a better metabolic rate. These three can kind of be in one category. More testosterone, which means more muscle mass, which means a higher metabolic rate. A lot of times men and women train differently. Men will train in a way that burns more calories than women. Also, this is the biggest one. Let's say we have a woman who weighs 150 and a man who weighs 250. If they each lost 10% of their body fat per week, they would be making relatively the same progress. They're both losing the same percent of their body fat. But let's say the woman who weighs 150 loses 10% of her body weight per week. That's 1.5 pounds. The male loses 10% as well. He loses 2.5 pounds. So, yeah, he's going to lose more weight because it's just that same percent of his body mass will equate to more weight loss. Men and women make progress at different rates. It just is what it is. But hey, in about 3 to 4 months' time, you can make a humongous change in your body and your fitness, whether you're male or female. What to do now? Okay, I'm trying not to get too long-winded. Check out my website, fitresponder.com. Click apply. You can get a free consultation call with me or one of my coaches. And this way we can kind of game plan your fitness goals. You can join us with your spouse or significant other. We'll talk about how we can make it work together with both of you. It's a free application. You'll leave the call with either a new program to start and a new path to fitness, or if it doesn't work out, you'll still get value. You will still get tips and helpful things from the call that you can leave with that will make your fitness journey better on your own. So it's a win-win. Check us out, fitresponder.com. I hope this was helpful. Again, I didn't get too specific because, frankly, fitness results do depend on some nuances like how old you are, how much you weigh, what your current abilities are, your injuries, limitations, your food preferences. That's why a custom plan makes more sense. So I only spoke in general terms. I still hope it was helpful. Okay, please like and subscribe, fitresponder.com. Stay safe, strong, and fit. Goodbye.